Okay guys, now let's talk about how we can actually apply the Hardy-Weinberg principle in some of these examples. This is example number 1. So a population of sheep is in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. See, soalan dia akan bagi tahu the allele for the white wool, which is the big W, has an allele frequency of 0.19, and the allele for black wool, which is the smaller W, has an allele frequency of 0.81. So what is the percentage of heterozygous individual? So this question is actually asking you the percentage of heterozygous individuals in that population. So you have to identify what is P, what is Q. Now, right? So what is P, what is Q? So what is the formula for Hardy-Weinberg principle? Can you recall? So it's P squared plus 2PQ plus Q squared, which is equal to 1. So we are trying to look for 2PQ. So if you look into this equation, so 2PQ is the heterozygous lah. So what you have to do is the percentage of heterozygous is actually 2PQ times 100. Kenapa I times 100? Sebab dia nak dalam bentuk percentage. So what you have here is not in the percentage form. So you can say that kalau you darab ni dengan 100, so this is actually 19% and this is actually 81%. Right? So sometimes question they will give you a percentage and you will have to convert this percentage value unit to the frequency punya bentuk lah. Right? So tengoklah soalan macam mana. So be aware of the kind of questions that you will get. Now, so you have to know what is the value of P and you have to know what is the value of Q. This is a very straightforward question actually. So dekat sini dia dah cakap dah, big W frekuensi dia ialah 0.19. So this is 0.19 and then Q would be 0.81. So all you have to do is 2 times 0.19 times 0.81. So cuba kira berapa you dapat. So you will get 0.3078. Now remember the question wants it in the percentage value. So 0.3078 plus 100 times 100, you will get around 30.78%. So that is the percentage of heterozygous individuals in this population. Now let's look into the second example. So in corn, purple kernels are dominant to yellow. So purple is dominant to yellow. A random sample of 100 kernel is taken from a population that is in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So it is found that 9 kernels are yellow and 91 kernels are purple. So what is the frequency of the yellow allele in this population? Right, this is a very again a very simple question. It's asking you the yellow allele frequency. So purple kernels is dominant, so the frequency for purple kernels would be represented by P, and then yellow is the recessive allele, so the frequency for this recessive allele would be represented by Q. So you have to find allele, you bukan kena cari homozygous recessive, you have to find Q je. So this is very simple. There's only 9 yellow. All you have to do is 9 divided by 100, which give you 0.09. Now, if we change this question a little bit, contoh dia maybe akan tanya, what is the frequency of homozygous recessive? So, if it's asking you for homozygous recessive, then you kena cari Q squared. All you have to do is tambah lagi satu step, 0.09 times 2, square. Squared would be berapa? Salah Sorry, this is wrong actually. 9 kernels. Tengok ada buat careless mistake. So you could be making the same mistake as well. So when you said about 9 kernels, this is full individuals. Okay, maksudnya 9 kernels ada 2 alleles. So what you have to find is Q. So actually Q squared is actually 9 over 100. So you will get 0.09. So Q would be a square root of 0.09, which is 0.3. So frequency of yellow allele is 0.3. Faham tak? Okay, I'm going to repeat this again. Though you can actually just replay this video, but I'm going to repeat it. Okay, so what did I make? So I did a mistake just now, right? So 9 kernels are yellow. 9 kernels are yellow, meaning the genotype frequency for homozygous recessive is the homozygous recessive in this population is 9. Okay, 9. We're not talking about the allele, but the questions want the yellow allele. So Q squared would be 9, the number of homozygous recessive, over the number of sample in that population would be 9 over 100. Can continue here. Then you will get 0.09. So Q squared is 0.09. The questions want yellow allele, which means the questions want only Q. So all you have to do is you have to square root this Q squared, and then you will get 0.3. So Q is 0.3. Okay. Now, always start the question by finding Q. Always find Q first. Okay, another careless mistake that you can make is that if you try to calculate 91, so 91 kernels are purple. Let's say this question asks you purple allele. You cannot start dengan 91 juga. Start dengan homozygous recessive, yellow. So nanti you akan dapat Q. So all you have to do is P tambah Q is equal to 1, right? So P tambah 0.3 is equal to 1. So P sama dengan 1 tolak 0.3. So you will get 0.7. So ini jawapan yang betul. I'm going to show you kenapa kalau you start with 91 kernels, jawapan you akan salah. Okay, so let me erase this first. It's gonna very slow. Bear with me. Okay, almost done, guys. Bear with me. Alright, now I'm gonna use another color. Let's just use purple. Okay, what if you start with 91, right? So you know that the homozygous recessive is 9, right? So homo dominant is 91. So bukan my tips my advice is to always find Q first. So you use this 9 kernels. Walaupun soalan cakap cari dominant allele punya frekuensi, start dengan recessive, homozygous recessive juga. Kenapa? Okay, and work your way to the P plus Q plus 1 semua tak. Okay, so kalau you start dengan 91, see, so P squared is 91. So you akan assume P squared is equal to 91 over 100. So you will get 0.91. So you will square root this number 0.91 and you will get 0.9539, which is wrong because the answer is actually 0.7. Why? Because dalam purple ni, dalam 91 ni, sebab ni adalah phenotype tau, we are not talking about the genotype. This is homozygous dominant plus heterozygous. Remember, heterozygous, even though they have one recessive allele, they also show dominant phenotype. So heterozygous kernel, they are also purple. So that is why it's wrong to assume P squared is 91 over 100, because it's actually P squared plus 2PQ. That is 91. So nak tak nak, you still have to find this value. So an easy way would be find Q squared first. Always find Q. Always find Q squared first. Okay, doesn't matter. Sometimes the soalan dah bagi Q terus, then you can terus cari P atau P squared. But sometimes the question will start with Q squared. Like this question for example, then you have to find Q squared, which is 9 over 100, which is 0.09. So this is Q squared, and then you have to find the square root of Q squared, which is 0.3, and then you know P plus Q is 1, so P would be 1 tolak 0.3, which is 0.7. So this is the correct value. And then bila the soalan ask you find the frequency for the heterozygous, so this is easy. You already know P, you already know Q, so 2 times 0.3 times 0.7 will give you the frequency of heterozygous in that population. Okay, I hope that clears up.